Well, I love the NBA. I love it. I have been in full football mode for about 4 months now. Obviously, even more so with my hometown Chiefs playing in the Super Bowl. Just got back from Miami. So maybe I've been a little disconnected. So I do have to ask our NBA insider and also boxing insider Chris Mannix a question. Is there another Andrew Wiggins in the league? Are there two guys? Is it guys like with the same names? Or is this the guy that was the #1 pick for the Cavs, traded for Kevin Love, and has arguably the worst contract in the sport?
Same guy.
That's the guy? Man, we are light years away from the Warriors being light years ahead of the whole rest of the league. The hell you doing, Bob Myers? The next time Steph Curry takes the court, he's going to be 32 years old because he had a hand amputation, evidently. It's the world's worst hand injury we've ever seen. You have two untradeable contracts now. Draymond's 4 for $100. Draymond has specific value for your team. I'm not saying Draymond's a bad player. I'm saying even if he's a good player, that contract is not movable because he's unique to what you do with Steph and Clay. Wiggins is horrifying. All the smart numbers show you he's never been contributing factor to winning at any point in his career, except for 10 games to start this season, and then he went right back to being Andrew Wiggins. What they did here was they traded the better player, and D'Angelo Russell's not a perfect player, but when they got him, we knew it was to flip him at some point, right? They traded a better player on a bad contract for a worse player on a bad contract, and they got a pick back. That needs to have gone the other way. You flip D'Angelo plus your pick coming this year, this offseason, for a contributor now. By the time LaMelo Ball or whomever the hell you draft this year is ready to compete, Steph's going to be 36 years old and you're done. I cannot. This is the most shocking NBA trade as far as that. What are you thinking? In recent memory, there have been shocking trades, like I didn't see Paul George getting traded, but I understood the logic of it. Can you help elucidate this for me? Like, what is the logic of this if you're Golden State?
No, I don't like this trade at all for Golden State for a lot of the same reasons you just articulated there. Off the top, I love this trade for Minnesota because now you're the rebuilding Timberwolves. You've got Towns, you've got Russell, great relationship with those two guys. You are starting the process of digging your way out of this hole. But my whole thing with D'Angelo Russell was hold on to him through the trade deadline. Minnesota's thirst for D'Angelo Russell was not going anywhere. Like they had been pursuing him for 7 months. They would have pursued him for 3 or 4 more. You wait that out. If you still want to trade him, make the same deal, that would still be on the table. But by taking Russell out of the equation, you remove yourself from the possibility of going big game hunting this offseason. Russell has proven in 2 different systems that he is an all-star caliber player. He was in Brooklyn, and in a different system in Golden State. I thought he was really good so far this year. So if you get to the end of the season, and let's say the lottery ping pong balls go your way, you get the 2nd pick in the draft.
Sure.
You can take D'Angelo Russell and the 2nd pick in the draft and see what's out there. See what's available. What happens, Nick? We just talked about Ben Simmons and Philadelphia. What happens if they fizzle out in that first round?
Of course.
You can go to Philadelphia and say, hey, D'Angelo Russell and the 2nd pick in the draft. You can draft Anthony Edwards. You can draft James. You can do whoever you want, and you can have a point guard who might fit better playing alongside Joel Embiid. Without it, you have Wiggins, who is not going to have anywhere near the same value in that type of trade.
Wiggins is a bad basketball player. He's owed $95 million over the next 3 years, starting next year. It's unspeakable they did this. People think I dislike the Warriors. There's things they've done that have irritated me. But going into this year, I said I thought they could be the 6th seed. I thought that if Clay came back at the end of the season, they could be dangerous. And that starting next year, we'll see if they can rejuvenate the old Splash Brother 15-16 team and be dangerous. It's over for them now. We will never see Steph in another NBA Finals, ever. They have no path forward. Draymond's 30. Clay's 30. Steph's about to be 32 when he takes the court again in mid-March, one would assume. They are Draymond, Wiggins, Clay, and Steph next year, $128 million for the cap. Cap's $115. They have no way to get better now. And you can say, oh, well, now they have their top 5 pick. If Minnesota's terrible next year, a good pick there. Man, young players do not help you in the playoffs unless you're the Raptors. The last young player to make a big impact in the NBA Finals prior to the Raptors was Kawhi 7 years ago. I can't believe Bob Myers did this. I just can't. I'm shocked that they went this route instead of what you're saying. Take your own pick, pair it with your best asset that you actually might move, and try to get someone that can help you. I would have loved to see Steph Curry's live reaction to this because he now has to go play with Andrew Wiggins.
There's got to be a little bit of schadenfreude there for Nick. You've always been sort of...
Well, yeah, but I would have liked to see them again have it like with the old, the pre-KD Warriors. And I guess we'll see it, but Andrew Wiggins going to be out there taking terrible long twos.
Quickly, that's their point. They're hoping Andrew Wiggins becomes Harrison Barnes and that they can put together a finals type of team. I'm skeptical for the same reasons you are, but maybe a change of scenery changes Wiggins. I doubt it, but that's the only thought.
It's 6 years in.
I love our colleague Nick Wright from First Things First, but I don't know what he was thinking about when he killed this Andrew Wiggins trade. I think this was a darn near home run for the Clippers.
No, it was a grand slam.
Yeah, it was a great trade. And they will definitely be a contender. Now, I'm not saying they're definitely going to be better than the Clippers. Just looking at the two teams, I would take the Clippers probably. And maybe the Lakers will be better. But the West has really all of a sudden gotten, it's always been tough, but it's gotten better, much better. And so I'm just saying they'll be a contender. They will have a legitimate chance to win the West and win a championship. You're going to have your core from the first championship back, Steph, Clay, and Draymond, plus Andrew Wiggins. Now, Andrew Wiggins is a 22-point scorer. And remember, Andrew Wiggins, he's 24 years old. He's athletic. Everybody's killing him because he's clearly not a 1 or a 2 on a great team.